there, Kellyanne Matuskiewicz from www.makebigmagic.com. This video is for you if you find yourself holding back your truth, censoring your voice, stopping yourself from sharing your message or speaking up. And if you want it to not hurt when you do, if you not want to be affected when people disagree with you or question your character. If this feels like you, keep listening. I've got 2 reasons why and what you can do about it in order to advance and stop holding yourself back, stop censoring yourself. You know, as we're seeing this global censoring, it's the macro of the micro, the way that we censor ourselves. And so I invite you to support yourself in dropping the stories, the fears, the limitations that prevent you from truly allowing who you are and the message you have within to come through. Because you just never know who is going to hear what you have to say and be touched and be moved by it in such a way that it has a ripple effect of change on their life, okay? So there's 2 things. The first thing that you need to know is that 1, people are going to have their own perception of you and their own projections. And there's nothing that you can do about that. There is nothing that you can change. So you holding yourself back or, you know, trying to maneuver through the world and figure out what to say that will land well, it's just not going to happen. And haters are going to be haters, and keyboard warriors are going to be keyboard warriors, and that's all there is to it. Okay, so no matter what you do, people are going to have their own perception of what is right, wrong, good, or bad. And that's the filter in which they see life through. Not just you, that's what they see life through. So the best remedy for that is to realize that it's their filtering system that they are taking you in on, okay? And no matter what you do, they're going to still have their own perception and projection of you, okay? So no sense walking through this life like you're in a land of what are they called? Mines that just might explode at any time, right? Because at some point, holding yourself back is just going to have some kind of effect on it, whether it be physically, or whether it be energetically, or even with your body, in, you know, illness. The way, you know, we try to hold back energy, it shows up in other ways. Our money doesn't flow. The other things that we want to call into our life don't flow in. So when things aren't flowing the way that you want them to be flowing through your life, take a look at, like, where am I stopping it up? Where am I stopping myself up? Where am I stopping up my own energy? Okay. And so, because if you really pay attention, that anytime that someone has said something about you or questioned your character, it's really so much about them, right? So, and that leads me into the second part, is that it only hurts you, it only hurts us when what they say is something that we also believe is true. A, something we believe is true. B, we're going through our own initiation. Or C, we're being, I don't love the word tested, but it's more like we're being given this opportunity for growth, strength, expansion, right? So the first part too is, like, if you believe it too, right? If you get hurt, right? So if somebody says something about you and it has an emotion, you have an emotional reaction, right? Take a look within. Is that something that I also believe about myself? Okay, because that's something you can change. You can change your belief about yourself. Okay. B, the second thing, you're being initiated to your next level. So what does that mean? It's like you are building your muscle. You know, do you have the, you know, strength and tenacity and belief in yourself enough that you can hold this next level of experience, right? So when we choose things, when we say, I want to share my message, I want to speak my truth, I want to get my art out there, right? When we do that, life brings us these opportunities to put us through these initiations to say, okay, well, here you go. Like, what's going to happen when this comes your way? Okay. And the third thing under the part 2 here, C, is tested, right? So it's like, tested in the ways of, do you have your own back? Is your strength and your belief in yourself strong enough that no matter what anybody says around you, it's not going to affect you. It's not going to topple you over, right? Do you have the boundaries up? Are you living by the standards of your life, such as, the standards of the relationships that you want with people, with clients, the standards of the life that you want to be living? Again, life brings us these opportunities, and these are where the choice points are. Okay. So I know that there are many people out there that are holding themselves back because what do we see? We see a lot of attack. I mean, we see a lot of attack on people when they are speaking their truth, when they are believing in something that is different from somebody else. And the only way that this world is going to change in a positive way is that allow it to come through and have the ripple effect, for you to speak your truth, for you to dissolve within you any lies, limitations, and fears, because what's within us has a reflection outside of us. And you could see it the other way around too. Anything that you're seeing outside of you that's triggering you, how is that also within me, right? How am I censoring myself? And so again, a summary. The first point is that you're not, people are going to have their own projections, and there's nothing that you can do about that. They're going to have their own ideas about you. They're going to have their own ideas of what's good, bad, right, and wrong, and you cannot change that. What you can change is what is happening within you, right? The beliefs that you have about yourself, the ways that you show up to the initiations and the tests that life bring your way, right? So rather than going into the place of defensiveness or fight, to stop and pause and do the inner adjustment, right? The inner adjustment around your beliefs and the inner adjustment around your own wounds, right? Because this comes because sometimes we can't really see what's going on within, right? So do you have your own back? Do you believe in yourself so strongly that no matter what anybody says, you have your own back no matter what? But don't wait until you feel strong and confident and fearless before you start sharing your message or speaking your truth, right? Because you may not know that there's something underlying until you come up against the experience or come to the experience that helps you trigger or help you see what is within that it needs to be cleared out. Okay, so there's a saying that goes, is like, speak your truth even if your voice shakes, right? And it's like, when we do these things, the more that we show up, the more we communicate our truth, the stronger that we get, the more confident that we get. Speaking the truth is what is going to transform. And sometimes people have hidden the truth from themselves so deeply that it takes a sharp truth to come in to open their eyes to it. But find your approach. Find what works for you. But above anything else, please do not hold back any longer. Stop censoring yourself. Understand that you are a channel of consciousness. Whether you're sitting in front of a camera on a live video, or you're in the grocery store, or something is coming through you to share on your blog or your newsletter, or with your friend or with your family, share it. Share it. If the message is within you, it's meant to come through you. I promise you to be worth it. You'll get stronger and more confident the more that you practice. Maybe you start practicing with people that you feel most comfortable with. So I'll leave you with this. Again, if there is a message that is within you, it is meant to come through you. It's going to be practice. And if you do get triggered, that means that there's inner work for you to do. You're not going to change the people outside of you. The only thing that you do have the capability to do is to change you. Thank you for being a part of my world. And I am sending lots of love and support and holding space for you to have the confidence and courage to let your message flow through. Thanks.